What's up, guys? This is Austin with Hot Rod Heaven. I'm here with Michael today to talk to him a little bit about his ride. Super pumped about this. We've seen it a lot around here in the local scene of Orlando, so finally glad to get it in here. And he's a lot younger than I thought, honestly. Yo, thank you so much for doing this. So tell me, what do we have here?
So this is a replica of a 1965 Shelby Cobra. It's a kit. It's made by Factory 5. There's been several iterations of the kit. This is a Mark IV, 4th edition of the kit.
Now, I'm a huge fan of Cobras, so it's sick to see it, but what made you kind of want to do this?
Just always been a fan of them, like the concept of it, but a lot of it just had to do with the fact that, you know, you build it yourself. And I wanted, you know, the challenge of it, that next level of doing something, not just a motor swap, but like the whole thing from the bottom up. Yeah, exactly. So it comes on a frame with the body on it just for transportation, but it's pretty raw. You basically take the body off and the aluminum panels off right away. And I think it was somewhere around 30 boxes piled up. Yeah, it's a big moment of like, what did I get myself into when you stand there looking at that. So it's been done a little over a year. I finished maybe April of 2021. It took me about 3 years from when it was delivered. It was delivered in March, and then 3 years later I was pretty much done.
Let's go ahead and lift up the hood and check out the motor.
Sure, yeah. So this is a first gen Coyote. So it came from like 11 to 14 and just a Mustang GT. I found it on Facebook. It was a sealed class crate motor that a speed shop ran for like less than a season. The Gen 2 came out and everybody upgraded, so they had to upgrade. So it was extremely low miles and in really good condition. Picked it up and then brought it back and took it to a local shop, LaMotta Performance, and had them put cams in it. So it's got comp stage 3 cams, and then had oil pump and the sprocket put in it, which is a common thing for the Coyotes. And then I got the Cobra Jet, I also found off Facebook, and then a custom intake for it, and then it's been tuned by Lund.
What did you have to do with this kit to fit it in there?
It's really not that bad. You know, when you order the kit, you tell them what motor you're putting in it. So it comes with the mounts in the right place on the frame, and then, you know, different components with when you order it. The one thing that's good about Factory 5 is the community. There is so much information out there. Awesome. There's forums and tons of posts, and you could probably find the answer you're looking for already, but if not, you could post a question on there and you'll get an answer.
What transmission are you running?
So it's a Tremec TKO 600. It's been rebuilt by shop Hanlon Motorsports, upgraded some internals for some, you know, the higher rev shifting and some, you know, upgraded things. It also has a mid-shift kit. If you ever check out the Cobras, you'll see a lot of times the shifter's pretty far back. That's kind of a classic style, but I wanted it forward, so TKO has multiple shift point options. Awesome. So it's got a mid-shift, so it's slightly up in the front. That's made by Silver Sport Transmissions.
I love that you got the side pipes here. What is the exhaust that you're running?
So that's pretty, you know, iconic. It comes with some raw steel pipes in the kit, but I upgraded a company called Gasson Pipes. These are actually stainless, but then I had them coated. And then there's some really nice stainless headers. Those actually came from Factory 5 as an option I ordered in the kit. Never had it dynoed. You know, the Gen 1 starts at like 420, and then with the upgrades, I think it's, you know, north of 500. I'd love to get it on dyno and really see. I've kind of asked a couple people what they think it is.
500 horsepower, I mean, around that is, I think, is like perfect. And how much does this car weigh?
I would say it's about 2,400 pounds without me in it. It's a rocket.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I say this about a lot of cars. I like the wheel choice, but these are standout. They fit the car so well. What are the wheels that you have on here?
Yeah, so wheels was one of those choices that's just one of the hardest, probably number 2 besides paint. That I wanted something more on the modern side, so I looked a lot. It's kind of a custom offset and back spacing, so it would have been, you know, a one-off wheel to be made. So Factory 5, while I was building this, came out with the 25th anniversary car, and these wheels came on that car. Obviously, this is not a 25th anniversary car, but for a short period of time, they actually sold these wheels. So when they said that they were going to sell them, I jumped right on them because it was like right in that blend. You know, it's got the real deep dish in the back. It's more of a classic look, but also got that modern flair.
What size are the wheels?
They're 18 by 9, 18 by 11. And I get a ton of credit for the color choice, but literally they only came in that color. And I wasn't convinced at the time. I hadn't picked paint and I wasn't sure, but I wanted to get the wheels locked in and get them ordered. So I ordered them, I had them come, and I just said, I'll see what it looks like, put it all together, and it just works. I love it.
Speaking of the color, what is the color of the car that you have?
So it's a Lamborghini color. It's Grigio Lynx Metallic. That was by far the hardest choice, was picking paint color. And then the stripe, it's actually an Audi gray. I thought that the black was too much contrast. It's like a really, really dark gray.
What's the rear end on the car?
Like I said before, there's a bunch of options you can pick when you order the kit. This car has the IRS option. This is based off the architecture of like a S550 Mustang, so 2016 and up. up. I got this out of a Rec 2016. It actually was a performance pack car, so it's got the upgraded locker 373s. They send you new axles, and you use the spindle, you use the pumpkin, you use the brakes if you want to, and basically that's the architecture it's built off of. But Factory 5 designs like all the mounts and builds it into the frame for you. Yeah. So it uses a Mustang front spindle. Factory 5 makes their own as well, but this is off of like a 94 Mustang. And then I've got a slight upgrade of the brakes off of a Cobra. The brakes in the back are just off of the donor car that I got for the rear end. And then it's single adjustable Coney coilovers all the way around. Upper control arms come from Factory 5, and then sway bars front and rear from Factory 5 as well.
Let's talk about the interior a little bit here. What are the seats on the car? Did this come with the kit or?
No, so seats was another one of the choices I really wanted to upgrade and do something different. It's a pretty narrow car, so seat options are limited. And I wanted a high back from safety, and I just like the look of it. So I found this company in the UK, Intratrim, and they make these seats. You really get to pick like anything you want as far as like design-wise, patterns. And so I kind of like worked with them to mock up the double diamond stitch and a couple different things. And then I went ahead and sent them my trans tunnel cover, and then mocked up some door cards and shipped it over there, and they put it all together and sent it back to me. So yeah, it came from the United Kingdom.
The dash and everything, is that just straight from Factory 5, or do you choose what you want with that too?
It depends. You can. This is not that. What I got was a blank dash. I didn't get the option for gauges, and I went ahead and went straight to Speed Hut, who also makes the gauges for Factory 5. They're all one size larger than normal, you know, gives it a little bit more modern flair, and design pretty much the whole dash. The steering wheel is Sparco makes it, but it's for, I think it's for the Cobra Jet. There are 4 speakers in the car. There's 2 behind the seats here. I just carpeted over them so you can't see them. And then there's a couple like motorcycle pods mounted up under the dash with speakers pointing down, and then there's an amp behind the glove box, and it's just Bluetooth. The whole car, I really wanted to go, not ruin the classic, but bring as much modern as I can without messing with the classic look.
Well, okay, I think that wraps it up for here. I say we get some cameras in the car and go for a cruise. What do you think?
Sounds perfect.
All right, let's do it. Dude, my hat just flew up. Second gear. Dude, this thing goes, dude. Oh my god.
Hit the rev limit there a little bit.
I would have too much fun, man. I would burn up tires and I'd burn up gas in this thing.
It's funny, I mean, obviously not driving like that, but I tell people, I'm like, this is the most fuel efficient vehicle that I own. If I drive it nice, it gets better miles than my truck.
I bet you were so stoked when you finally like got this all finished, man. Like,
it's all like, all that hard work finally pays off. It was, and it's a whole another experience to like sit back and look at something that you built.
Especially like, I know a lot of cars, like you can build them from the ground up. It's crazy to think with this, it's like, was in a bunch of boxes. And then you just like a puzzle, put it all
over
together.
time, put it together.
That's so cool.
Like everybody just appreciates it, likes it, makes them smile, gets so many like waves, thumbs up, like all these different signs. Like I can't go to a gas station and not have a conversation with somebody.
Yeah, it's cool too with this car, like you don't really see that many Cobras. Plus like having a Coyote motor in there too is like pretty freaking sweet.
It's gotten a lot more common. I mean, I always knew that's what I wanted. I didn't want to mess with a carbureted engine. I wanted something that I just get in and it goes every time.
Yeah, for sure.
And the Coyote's, you know, way up on power for what it is. I get a little bit of flack. Some people are like, oh, not a 427. And I was like, yeah, I didn't buy a, you know, $13,000 motor to put in here. Although if you buy a Coyote new, you spend that kind of money sometimes.
Dude, the side exhaust is so awesome.
So fun.
It's so sick. It just screams American muscle.
It does. I'm surprised how well the Coyote sounds with it, because like you hear some other guys in Mustangs put, you know, really loud exhaust on it. It kind of sounds like garbage sometimes.
Yeah, no,
but
definitely.
These side pipes sound great.
Yeah, dude, it does. This would be definitely a cool little car to do some autocross with for sure.
Downshifting, upshifting, turning.
Exactly.
Texas was fun for that. It's not so tight. It's a lot of long, curvy roads, open roads. So you're cruising at like 80, 90, but just like, you know, yeah. And that was a blast. I had a great time out there. I put like over 600 miles on the car in like 4 days. We're just gone all day, every day, just driving.
That's sweet that you like actually drive this thing too, dude.
Yeah, I mean, that was the point. I mean, obviously it's nice, you know, I mean, I wanted it to be nice, but yeah. It's got rock chips in the front. I was actually touching one up yesterday. Yeah. But whatever, the memories that I got that rock chip from are greater than the pain of that rock chip.
Exactly.
You know?
All right, guys, well, that does it for this video. Michael, thank you so much for doing this, man. I really appreciate it. Also, I want to give a big shout out to Gum out here. They supplied us with some goodies for you, and they also gave us some of this Regain Complete Fuel System Cleaner. What this does is it cleans the entire fuel system, removes carbon deposits, and helps prevent them from reforming, cleans fuel injectors and carburetors to maximize fuel economy and improve horsepower. So huge shout out to Gum out. Glad we could get you this care package, and thank you so much for doing this video.
Yeah, for sure.
Man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, and if you guys want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and I'll see you next time.